Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lover Show, baby. Let's get that music back up and running. Let's go. We're back, baby. We're back. Or are we? Let's not get too excited. Let's not get too emotional. But we should be excited when the green is green, and, and we fight through when the red is red. And you can make gains in the red, make gains in the green. It does not matter. Just get your mind ready to know that you can make money any single day. No matter what happens in this market, you've got this. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for being here. $11,000 BTC. Last night, if you were in the trading group, you saw me make $2,000 in under about 2.5 hours during my, Sunday Night Football. Let me show you how I did it. I don't like to brag about gains. I like to show you how I made gains. And it's funny, I was on Twitter this morning, and I posted some gains. And some guy was like, have you ever posted a loss? I don't think I've ever. And he asked Grok, he's like, does Crypto Lover ever lose a trade? And it's funny, and I was like, I lost a bunch of trades last week on the live stream. I was like, you should just watch my live. I lose all the time, and it's funny. It's one of the few people that actually does show my losses. So if you're on the update this morning in the trading group, we talked about this idea, and we talked about making a flag here above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. We need the 1 hour, the 21 to catch up, interact with price action, and we, in 2 to 3 hours, could have ourselves a nice punch up to the measured move at about $115,000 BTC. So we're going to look at the big picture and break it down for you right now like we do every single day. The best top-down analysis in the entire space, I'll tell you that. And we're going to talk about the possibilities of bearishness, the possibilities of bullishness, but show you what's happening. Then I'm going to show you how I made $2,000 in under 3 hours, and I'm going to teach you how I did it. We're going to talk about the actual position size, how much lev was used, what the risk was, and all that fun stuff, so you can understand how to do it, right? Because it's one thing to throw gains at somebody, but to break down the actual process, that's gold, man. That's what you're looking for. That's why you come here. That's market value, baby. So let's take a look here at the monthly chart for Bitcoin, and then we're going to do what's called a top-down analysis. We're going to whittle our way down, possibly all the way back to the 1 minute. And I'm going to teach you how I use multiple time frames in conjunction with each other to figure out where price action is likely going to go. All right? Pretty simple stuff. And I use moving averages as well as support and resistance and Fibonacci. You name it. We put it all together here on this channel to teach you the way of the world. The way of trading, the way of TA. So let's get back to the sauce. The monthly is back above 108. I talked about this being monthly support, right? And I said, hey, it's not over yet. If this monthly candle can close above where these three candles really, but even these two right here, that's a beautiful monthly support. We also have a monthly support at 102,000, which we touched on the wicks to the downside there. So you could say, hey, we've already kind of touched support. It's bounced off of it, and now we're back above the secondary support. So that's a bullish sign so far. We could still be making this bull flag here. Maybe 1 or 2 more months, maybe 1 more month of sideways price action, and this thing could rally to $157,000. And if the rising wedge breaks out, which is still on the table, we're talking a high of $189,000 somewhere February, April, May. It looks like you could, February to March. Actually, it looks like, we'd get that boom. Anyway, I'm not guaranteeing any of this, but it looks likely. We draw a parabola, and it also kind of fills out the idea that we're parabolic there and just beginning that ebb and flow of a continuation to the upside. But you never know. You never know. All right? There's still some bearishness on the table. I'm just going over, as long as the monthly stays above 108, then anyone who's telling you you're bearish just can't be listened to. When we were below this, I was like, dang. Now we probably have to test 102, and if we lose 102, you're talking 94,000. But if you can stay above these 2 yellow lines on the monthly chart, my friends, we have ourselves a pretty good shot of staying bullish and continuing to the upside. I know this bear div, and I know we're pretty high, and I know it could look like a double top, and we're going to get into all that. We're not going to shy away from the bearishness. We're going to break it all down like we do every single day. It's not, I like that we show everything. The bullish and the bearishness, it does not matter, because the more information we give ourselves, the better off we'll be subconsciously, and the more opportune we'll be with probability. I'm teaching you basically how to train the brain through neuroplasticity. This show is more about teaching you how to train yourself into trading. All right. We got a pump last night. That usually means we might have some bearish momentum. It might be small, but just hard to tell right now. I'm here, man. That's why you're here, brother. It's hard to tell for you. All right. I'm going to give you a system that doesn't make it as hard to tell. All right. That's why you're here. You're coming to get an education. Smash the like. Shout out to all the beautiful people here. We got all you people here. Mic up, please. The mic is so loud, it's ridiculous. If it was any louder, it'd hurt my ears. Yeah. It's your audio. Turn your audio up. This mic is so loud, it's ridiculous. I can see us blasting. Look, boom, 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 boom. I'm getting into the red almost. I don't want to even do that. You can see. So, turn your mic up, kiddo. Turn your headphones up. Let's go. I've come here to find out if we're going up or down. There you go. Let's go to the weekly time frame. And the weekly is making a tweezer bottom right now. All right. So look, I'm going to get away to the monthly stuff. The monthly stuff will distract you. Well, look, we're near the 21-day moving average on the weekly, which is a bullish sign. In between, we bounce off the 50, which is another bullish sign. And to me, we've created a bit of a double bottom here. All right. I say we're still outside the pattern on the weekly. We've got to get back inside this trend line. So to me, like, you know, still kind of in limbo. We got to get back inside the time frame. Sounds good, Sam. Mike is great. Thank you, Underground Crypto. Yep. Check out Aerodrome Sammy. Thank you. I will. Colin Griffiths. Thank you so much for the £2. We appreciate you. Do you think the next network after Solana and BNB will be Tron? No. No. It'd be like saying, sweet. Yeah, they're next in line for whatever comes, in my humble opinion, or something new that you haven't seen before. Yeah. Maybe Blast gets a chance. It's sad that Blast has been quiet. Look, a bit of a double bottom here for the weekly. And you have to say that double bottom, that's why things change, man, in a heartbeat. TA changes, it sends off different probabilities. You have to be able to read them fast. 142K for Bitcoin, 142,971 for BTC. So that would be the move here. Off the double bottom to the upside for Bitcoin. God bless you. Happy birthday to the man who turned 30. Happy birthday to HD. Happy birthday, brother. Friends, brother, friends. Thank you for coming on in. We appreciate you. Happy birthday, HD. Turns 30 today. I remember when I turned 30 like it was yesterday. Had an album release party. Actually, it was awesome. At the Great Lady down in the Bowery. It was one of the hottest days of the, it was like 84 degrees in April. It was an 84-degree day in April in New York City. It was so beautiful. I'll always remember that day, man. I got pulled over. The cops searched me. They didn't find anything. They let me go. It's crazy. True story. On my birthday, the day I threw my album, I was going to pick up the shirts in Northern Boulevard. And the cops pulled me over when I pulled like a U-turn. They said I shouldn't have pulled that U-turn or something. I don't know. It was crazy. Then they said, can we go through your trunk? And I'm like, I don't got anything. I don't think you can. I'm like, but you know what? He's like, fine, we'll just give you a speeding ticket. We'll give you a ticket then, or let us search you. And I was like, you know, this is against my rights, but I don't want a ticket and I don't got nothing. So do your thing. And they searched me and didn't find nothing. You know what I mean? So crazy. Anyway, so a bit of a double bottom there on the weekly. That could propel us further to the upside. We just want to, you know, we'll take it 1 week at a time. First thing we need is this candle to close green. 2 tweezers to meet each other. Tweezer bottom there on the weekly candle. And so far, that's happening. This could easily turn into a red candle and dump. We don't know what's going to happen. We have an entire week ahead of us. But so far, so good. We're starting the week off better than last week, right? And we're making a bit of a stand here at this beautiful support system at 108. Really pushed us back to the upside there, 107.5, 108,000 BTC. 5-day chart looking pretty nice too. Getting the bounce to the upside off of 106.5. And then the daily. The daily finally closed the tweezer bottom. Actually, wait, that's not the daily, sorry. And then the daily finally closed the tweezer bottom. Got the connection. Last night we closed and then boom. It happened so fast. Like we were bearish under here. Next thing you know, boom, to the upside. Why did I make a trade? What happened? How was I bullish this weekend? And so the first thing we saw was this was a head and shoulder pattern, and I was pretty bearish. I said, it looks like we're headed lower. We could go all the way to 94,000. I said, but I'm keen on the 200 moving average. I said, now that we're below the daily, we're likely to fall down to the 2-day 200 moving average. Remember, I said that many times, right? That would be our next. I said we'd have to go through 102.5, though, that monthly support. And then I kept showing you the monthly chart, and I said, no matter what people tell you, the monthly is got a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of support. So we watched closely, and what I did is I zoomed in now into the smaller time frames, the 4 hour, right? And we found a bullish div. If you remember correctly, we called this, this was bearish. I saw this as a descending triangle that was going to break to the downside. I called it. If you remember, I mean, that's exactly basically the dang near of a measured move. Then we went sideways, and I called this head and shoulder on the 1 minute time frame. I still have it up on my X account. I would have that funny face there, like, right? And this is where I called the absolute, that's the bottom there. And we were saying, hey, at 103 up, and then we're there at 106.5. Are we getting the bounce back to the upside? And, I said, hey, it looks likely. So let's go back in time here. Oh, yeah, so the 4 hours. So anyway, so just kind of show you. And look, resistance by the 200 moving average. I teach this to my students all the time. When you get a resistance by the 200 with an M pattern, resistance by the 200, very bearish. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You can see it's a head and shoulder pattern. Turns into a descending triangle. They dump 90% of the time. It dumped exactly like it was supposed to dump. Then we found the cup and handle on the small time frame. All right. See this cup and handle here? You see, this is the cup and handle that I taught, that you see me going, did we find the bottom, right? Crazy why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because I find the bottom using the cup and handle. And I use the cup and handle so much and have so much faith in it that I'll put a fat position in. And then you can see above the two, my strategy is the 200 moving average touching the 21. And I talk about if the 1 minute gets back above the 200, we're bullish. And the 1 minute got back above the 200 here finally. Then you got to look for the 3 minute to get above the 200, which it did. And right there was clean. That was a clean trade. You just get above the 200 moving average. I talk about this every day on the channel. I go over it all the time. People still can't seem to pull it off. And then I have students that do an amazing job with it. It depends on the person. Not everybody can pick up on it as fast as I'm teaching it. So then we had this. We said, well, I love flags above the 200. So we entered a trade here with a stop down here, right? I put my stop like right in this area here. And it went sideways. I stayed in the trade. And then I updated you the next morning, and that night, I'm like, we're sideways. And I said, looks like we may go sideways all the way through CME, right? And then next thing you know, we had the little dip at the pump, and then we were up. I sold, and then I talked about getting back into the bullish retest here. Okay? And I still have a trade open, as you can see, that I got in on the bullish retest. Let me show you. On the 15-minute time frame, we came back. We hit right there. You see, we came back into this area to bounce. And when we started to bounce on up, I got into the trade right here after that bullish retest. You see? I moved my stop loss into profit completely. I can't lose the trade. And we rode it to the upside. I'm watching the flag, right? Wondering if I should take profits or stay in the flag, and I've been staying in the flag, and we're going to get to this in a second. This trade is up $553, 110% on KSEX. All right. Lowest fees of the game. KKEX and MEXC, basically. And I got another trade on MEXC open there, too, that I just opened. After I just took about $630 in profit, I'm looking for this flag to break to the upside. Stop loss there, right? And I took $2,000 last night, 600. So I took $2,800 off this account in the last, 15, 16 hours, right? We're going to break down the trade I made on MEXC in a second and show you what happened and how I made it, right? So let's finish off BTC. So again, I'm just teaching you how I made these trades. I trade the 200 moving average when it touches a flag. I kept my stop deep. I was lucky I didn't get taken out there. I was. But it just so happened I did not, and I was able to complete. Then I sold here, got back in on the retest, and continued the pump. And now I'm still inside looking for this flag to break to the upside. This is my model. All right. After a massive dump, you get higher lows. 1, 2, 3. That would be your fourth higher low in a row on the 5-minute time frame. Actually, fifth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can see I love trading flags above the 200 when we're touching the 21-day moving average. It's a very high probable model. I trade this model day in and day out. I figured it out. I followed it. I back tested it. I drilled it. I use it on the daily. I use it on the 1 minute. I use it on the 5 minute. I use it on Forex. I use it on, S&P futures. It doesn't matter. I use it everywhere, all the time. Look, I made a trade on the NASDAQ today. I gave to my trading group. It's up 240. I'm up 14%. I got in when we hit the 21 above the 200 moving average. Boom. Money. I gave this trade to the trading group this morning inside the NASDAQ section. I also give NASDAQ trades right there. And I'm showing you simple trade. Stops below the 1 hour. See how long you can ride. It's not that difficult. This stuff isn't not that hard to do. People bug out over this stuff. I don't know why. You just have to have a system. Find a mentor. Find someone that's been doing it like me every single day without a day off for thousands of days, which is, I don't know, you're not going to find that many people that do it like me. But so this looks bullish to me. I'm looking for this 5-minute flag to break out. 7-minute, 15-minute. They're all beautiful. All the way to the 1 hour time frame. It all looks good. I want this 21 to touch, and I want to see this thing continue to pump to the upside. This is a known signal of mine, and you could backtest this on multiple time frames. Look, same signal happened right here. We made a flag above the 200 moving average. We came into contact near the 21, and we were gone, baby, gone, with a massive short squeeze to the upside. Here we are again, getting above the 200 moving average, interacting with the 21. Boom. We get above. Boom. We stay above. Here we fall a little bit below, we get above, boom. Here it is, we get above, massive explosion. This one you had to kind of front run the flag there, and you were in there like swimwear. All right, here's another one, touching the 21 above the 200. Bang, beautiful squeeze to the upside, take gains, move on. Sell when I'm away from the 21-day moving average. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bearish divergence. This swung down. Well, that swung up. It told you to get out. The 21 was away from the 200. Here we go again, away from the 21. This one's a little bigger. You could have used this flag. You could have used this flag. I don't care how you did it. You could have made a double bottom. But you touched the 21 above the 200, and you were, boom. Look at the short squeezes, man. Not only do they pump violently. So if we get a violent pump today, look at this. The 21 above the 200 on the 1 hour time frame. Boom. Have I made my case clear enough? Do you see why I do what I do? I can prove to you why my strategy is better than I feel like 99% of people's in the entire world. This stuff bangs on it. I bang on it. People don't understand how I'm so profitable over and over again because I have a strategy that actually works. And I use it in front of people publicly day in and day out over and over again. It's insanity. Right? And hey, don't hate me if I lose. Don't love me if I win. It's just another trade in my data set. And again, I'm not even risking what I made last night. If I lose all the trades today, I'm still up in gains. I put my stuff into break. All my stuff is above in profit. It just, I'd still be able to smoke my cigar tonight and call today a winning trading day. I was up. What I did is I took a nap from like about 11 to 1. I woke up at 1 and took profits out my trade. I fell asleep, woke up $2,000 in the middle of the night, figured it was a smart decision. Okay, so breaking it down, this is what I see happening. I see a pump coming for Bitcoin, and it looks bullish to me. And you got to say the next level of resistance is 113.3. That was a key area that we had trouble with. We bust through 113.3. It's 115.8. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and what BOOKMAP is saying. BOOKMAP doesn't have tons of liquidity, but look, it's got a bar. It's got some bars. It's got a bar here and a bar there, 114,000. Big Red is still sitting down at 100K, suggesting that we may still be on a dead cat bounce and go to 100,000. You know what's cool is what will happen is this could make a big shoulder. This will be a big head. Then it'll make a shoulder, and then we'll lose the 200. And we'll play games, and we'll come back down here or not. If we lose the 200, I know that we're not bullish. You see, it's very simple. Trading the 200 is it's like an insurance policy. You're above it, go for it. You're below it, don't do it. It's so simple to me. And I'm loving that my line has created this clarity for myself. I'm starting a 3-day water fast today. Only drinking water with a little bit of salt in it, electrolytes. I will not eat again until Thursday morning, and I'm going to attempt to go all the way till Saturday morning. I'd like to do a 5-day fast. I've never done 5 days. Really get the, really get it going. Really get the cleansing. And again, you're going to see my face shrink. You're going to see me go, you're going to see me slim down. Yep, 3-day water fast. Last time I did it was about, I don't know, 14 months ago, 16 months ago. You got to do one every year, I think, at least. I say 2 a year. Every 6 months, I should really be doing one. Cleanse them. And again, do whatever makes you happy. I'm not pushing my stuff on you. You research your own stuff and do whatever you like, right? So, yeah, as long as we stay above this yellow line, I'm bullish. It's very simple. And I showed you why. I backtested it for years. It works. If I get stopped out here, so be it. I'm going after years of probability that work for me. So it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not about getting stopped out. It's about making it happen. And once you have strategy, you can take a signal that makes sense. If you don't have strategy, you can take no signal. You could do nothing. You just sit there in limbo waiting for the next person to tell you what to do, right? I don't listen to no man. I have my own strategies, ideas, and setups, and I may lose the trades. They may not win. There's no guarantees. You see what I'm saying? None at all. It's about winning, man. You know? It's about winning. Look at this. Look at the P&L. Since 9/29, we're talking 20 days. 1, 2, 3, 4 wins straight. And that's like 13 grand in wins right there. You know what I mean? 12-8 and then 11. 13-9 in wins. Dang near $14,000. Then there's a $1,400 loss. I went hard. But so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got one loss. You got 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One loss. So you got 9. You got 10 trades, one loss, right? Or 9 trades, one loss. Come on, man. 8 for one. One loss is 1,400. All the other ones are big wins. Look at this. This is another 3 grand, 3,600 in wins. So it's about, you know, it's about what, 17,000 in wins and $1,400 in losses on one account. Just one account, right? So I'm just showing you this is what we do. Okay? This is what I can teach you to do. A clean look. There's no deleted charts. Oh, look, I'm in front of the P&L. Hold on. I'm in front of the dang P&L, right? But I mean, this is it. 20 days, 20 grand, dang near. You see what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Imagine that. 9 trades, one loss, and serious risk management. Like the one loss, seriously, is $1,400, and the wins are, you know, in the 17,000s. So this is what you got to do, though. Okay, this takes extreme discipline. This took me years, my friends, to achieve this type of high probability. Took me years. Okay, I trade isolated. I don't do that cross leverage nonsense. I just don't do it. It's not my thing. I'm not trying to game the system. I'm just trying to take a trade. You know, when I use cross, I'm trying to game the system, right? I'm trying to use a little bit to try to get the most out of it. I'm just like, and again, there's a way to do it. If you do it great, that's not my thing. I'm not into 400X. I'm not into 200X. I can 100X here or there. I don't need to. It just doesn't do it for me. I just want to make a trade. You see? So last night, you can see on this trade, I got in at 108.122. I sold at 109.979. Why did I get in at 108.122? Well, last night, we got above the 15-minute 200 moving average here, and we started this move. All right? And if you even looked here, as the 1 hour started to move, it bounced on a flag. So basically, we came back in and we made this bounce, this retest. And we SR flipped right here. I said, man, I could get in anywhere here, 108.5, put a stop loss here, and there's a good chance we're going to pump to the 200 moving average. I was just trying to get to the 200 and take my profit, and that's what I did, and that's exactly what happened. I woke up in the middle of the night, we were here. I'd still be in the trade if and I'd probably be up 2,700. But I mean, I woke up 2 grand. I was in the trade. What? I got in here. I was in the trade, what, an hour and a half? Something like that? Because I made the trade at like 10 or something. Passed out, woke up at 1. I think I even made I must have made the trade, right? 11 o'clock. Anyway, the point is, that's how I made that trade, 2 grand. And it was a pretty big position. It was like a $180,000 position, right? I try to see what did I use. And you can always see what someone used by back testing their gain, right? You can kind of see what they did, right? You know that, right? You can always see the trade. So like here, I made 50%. So you can tell I used about $4,200 because I made 2,100. And then there was 33x leverage. So you'd say, okay, how big was the trade? Well, he made 52% of 21.12, and you can do the exact math if you want for that. To me, it's kind of unneeded. It's like 4,300, right? And you times that by 33, and you can see, okay, it was a $141,000 trade. So it was as if you went in for spot at 141,000, okay? And that's how you're able to make, you know, a move of Bitcoin that goes up like 1,700, but you're able to make $2,000 off of a $1,700 Bitcoin move. It's so beautiful how if you use leverage correctly, right? And I use 33x. I don't have to go too hard. I still got this, you know, I took profits on this trade. And then I got in again, and now I got another trade cooking, right? So it's been fun, man. The last few 36 hours have been amazing trading. It's been a blast. I hope I can help you learn the same sauce that I got going, and we can win together, right? So let me get back to brass tacks here. So this is it. We watched this flag. And again, we're not on the 21 yet, so it tells me that we could do something like this. You know, we kind of need to go sideways for a bit. And this would be really nice for altcoins. If Bitcoin can go sideways for an hour or two and just calm down. Just not be so volatile for a second and give these altcoins a second to breathe. We get past this 200, we go side, you know, basically 4 to 5 hours from now, we erupt to the upside with a massive move to 115,008. This is the plan. I'm poised and ready for this with the stops. See what happens. 15-minute looks interesting to me. Looks like it's going to go sideways as well. And again, to me, it's all about the 1 hour. If the 1 hour loses the 200, my hopes and dreams, and again, it could be a stop hunt, and they might bring us back up, and it might be an inverted head and shoulder. And I'll go at it again if we get back in the 21. I am front-running my signal slightly. I usually wait for the 21 to cross the 200 moving average. Things are looking pretty bullish, so I didn't want to miss. You see what I'm saying? So there you have it. So okay, I went over how I did it instead of just bragging. You know, people brag, look at my wins. I mean, how did you do it, dude? Show us how you made the gain. You know what I mean? Teach someone the way instead of showing your, you know, flashy, yeah, here's my, here's all my money. Sorry. So here we are. Now, now that we got Bitcoin kind of cornered, we know what Bitcoin's likely going to do. It's either going to make a beautiful flag and pump, or it's going to dump us and make some type of head and shoulder here, and this is going to be a dead cat bounce, right? I mean, it's like it's one of these two things. I don't really think there's anything, you know, maybe a stop hunt back inside and a rip. So there's 3 scenarios here. Like, it's not like there's 1,000 things Bitcoin could be doing. And it doesn't like to pump till it touches the 21. We know that. Bang. Look at that. That was so beautiful last night. It touched the 21. It was gone. I tell you, man, it is what it is. Had the half shoulder head right. Almost, you know, could have made the right shoulder. It's interesting. I've never thought about this before. This is like way, you know, but you kind of look at this and it's like in some other universe, shoulder, head, right shoulder, but it's just like a sloppy one, you know? It's interesting. I bend my mind. The more I'm in this space, the more I bend my brain and see things I never thought possible, you know, because it's an interesting concept. Shout out to the 1,490 people here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. So I think this is the most consistent running crypto trading channel, or trading channel, really, because we did talk about the nasty Nas, and we show you all different types of sauce here. This thing is still looking pretty nice. I may just take my Profito. That's a nice pump to the upside. Let's take a look at the 15-minute on the NASDAQ. Looking like it's continuing, but it's getting further away from the 21-day moving average. I like the daily, though. The daily also suggesting, look, this is just going to be a huge pump. But I figure we hit the top. We might come back down here. A little bit, you know, up and down price action. I'd take the profit here. So you start moving this into position. And you can go here to close. Quantity. All the way over. Click what you want. Close long. Confirm. And there you go. We closed the long into a pump. Closing into a green candle pump. You want to close into pumps, personally, right? You do that 10 times, you made $2,500. Again, I gave the exact trade this morning in the trading group. I took profits. It is what it is. We're continuing. Remember, this account was $2,000, 7,500. We're going to continue to grow this puppy slowly. I did leave it alone for a while. I didn't trade it for about a few weeks. When things got real volatile, I stayed on BTC. But here we are, right? Shout out to anyone that did or did not take profits or was able to learn or whatever you did. And again, look, same stuff. The 21's touching. I'm above the 200. I make a trade. I don't overthink this stuff. Okay? I trade like a bot. And I got a bot running too as well that bought the bottom at 104,000. This thing's amazing. The Minotaur trading bot. And you can find out more about it today by hitting the link to the Minotaur trading bot. Thought I had it up there. Maybe I have it up here. I'll get it somewhere. And I'll post it to the group there. But the Minotaur trading system, I mean, this thing is amazing. And I believe it's worth every single penny, man. And I'm sure there's other bots. Everyone has their tech, but this thing works. This thing works. And I do get a commission if you jump on in. I love it. So if you use it, I get paid, you get paid, we all get paid. So learn and figure this thing out. It's amazing. Please TA on TIBBIR, you beautiful white man. Thank you so much, Kim Jong. I love you too, man. I know you love my white skin. God bless you, bro. So stupid. So this bot bought the exact bottom. It mitigated bigger trades. It had to buy the bottom, but that's okay. It gets to the average price at 113, and it gets into heavy profit at 115.6, 700. So there you go. All right. And it looks like it could do it. This bot's never been wrong. It basically knows when the bottom is almost every single time. I don't know how it does it. But if you want to learn more, hit the link. They'll schedule a call for you. They'll say, hey, what's up? And you'll find out more. I posted the link right there, Minotaur Trading Systems. All right. Shout out to Underground Crypto, Bob Franklin, and all the beautiful people here on the live. This guy said what, right? Bob Frank didn't get the joke. All right, don't come into the end of the thing and not understand what's happening. Now, Kim Jong, you just right. TIBBIR, you beautiful white man. I'm just joking around. Like, as if it's really Kim Jong-un who's like obsessed with white people. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. I need to learn how to customize my bot. I need more time, more trades, or something. I mean, how much do you have in the bot? It depends on how much you got in there. It takes time. To me, it could take a few weeks to get out of a trade. It depends on what happens in the market. Like this week was perfect. It was in and out, in and out, in and out. I'd never seen it done that. It was unreal. But I had set my parameters more sensitive than I had them before. All right. Do you set parameters with the bot, or does it operate off of a market algorithm? There's a general algo, but we do set parameters. You can make liquidation levels. There's a bunch of things you can do. Like here, I have a bot calculator. It shows me my liquidation levels. 35,000, 55, 63, depending on how deep you were in a position. The bot's amazing, man. I love it. I've never experienced something like this, and it's awesome. It's really nice. It's always trading, always doing its thing. And if we have another run up to 180K, the bot's going to do amazing too. The key is you got to know when to turn the bot off too. I mean, and nothing is perfect. And you do have to know what you're doing. All right. I would say after speaking with Muck, at least 10K to see relative profits. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say 10K at least. I'd say 50K would really get it going. But 98% chance that we get a rate cut coming at us in 9 days. Not too long ago, not too long from now, okay? So get ready. October 29th, it's coming. It's like Halloween, right? It's crazy, right? But so here we go, the end of October. I've grown my account from 100 to 500 this week with slow and steady wins. Jay Doolin, I love you. I appreciate you, bro. You're doing great. Unbelievable. Keep going, bro. Hey, man, it's nice. This week has been, this liquidation week, I made over 20K and more, and I never got liquidated. I took some L's. but I didn't over risk what I had, you know, so it all worked out for me. Hopefully it will continue to do so. I got to trade on weeks. I figured I'd open up a trade on every exchange I own at this point because this is such a strong signal. The odds are very good that I'm going to win. So I'm attempting to grow every account with this move. The key is I go heavy when the odds are high. I go low when the odds are low, right? Monday morning has been actually pretty advantageous recently. I usually say I don't trade Mondays, but man, after a pump throughout the weekend, you got to be able to take advantage of Monday if Monday's hot. So, you know, I say I don't trade Mondays if it's not there, but you never know. I mean, this is looking ripe to me. This is my system. This is my strategy. This is what I live for. How can I not trade this? I'd be a faker if I didn't trade this. I think Sam saw his model and just decided not to do it, right? The bot hasn't lost yet. The bot, for me, has never lost. I had to shut it off one time to reset the parameters, and it made it 97% accurate. But the bot would have been 100% accurate if I never shut it down. True story. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Coinbase has scheduled maintenance on Saturday coming up, but Coinbase is not down. My Coinbase account is up perfectly fine. Yeah, Coinbase is not down. I disagree with you. Yeah, Coinbase is not down. Nope. Not for me. So maybe in your area, because I never, you know, I'm not pointing fingers here. But for me, no. Okay. I can see my Coinbase account nicely and clearly. Yep. Okay, as far as we've got that under the table and figured out, let's take a look at what's happening here on CoinMarketCap. What's following BTC today? Are we getting a pump a lump? A little bit of movement here. Meme Core, up 8% in the last 24 hours. Morph. Nothing too crazy, though, in the last hour. You know, everyone's kind of watching to see if Bitcoin's going to make the move. And then once Bitcoin pumps, they're going to follow, right? Sol will probably hit 200. Dogecoin will go up to 20. Hyperliquid hit 40. Chainlink hit 18, 19. Get a little bit of a push back to the upside here in most of these coins. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want. BTC, 111,259. What a beautiful number, right? Not that far away from our all-time high. And, you know, we have to remember how big we are, as, you know, how big the price action is. Like, the market cap's huge. It's going to move differently than it has in the past. Like, 5,000 is a smaller move comparatively to the larger whole of the, you know what I mean? That, you know, before a $5,000 move, even at 80K, $5,000 was a way bigger move than at 125,000. And, you know, you consider that idea. 29 in the Fear and Greed Index. When it was at 23, I had to buy more Bitcoin. I bought more Bitcoin. I bought about $12,000 more Bitcoin in this week of dumping. Figured you had to take advantage of the dip. What else can you do? All right. So here we go. Most people have no clue. They got caught off guard by this move. Most of retail did get caught off guard by this move. Number one, retail usually takes the weekend off. I do not. So they missed this entire move, right? Because they wake up, dang, how did Bitcoin already jump like that? You know what I'm saying? And Bookmap suggests you can go to the red, but it's not 100%. We've had red down here that we have not gone to. It's like 10% of the time, but it has happened. This just means a lot of people went long with liquidations down here. Maybe they get out in time. There's a $125,000 bar too. $126,000 up there too. A short still up there waiting to get liquidated. So everything kind of going our way. A bullish pin bar for Bitcoin. And it may not flag out. It may just boom out. You know what I mean? A flag out would be nice. But this is looking interesting. Let's take a look back here at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ continued to pump for my sell, which is likely. But I mean, that's all I'm going for here. I didn't want to be greedy. In and out, like, you know, just take the measured move and call it a day, out the flag. And if that's what I got, that's what I got. I didn't want to be greedy. I desired not to be greedy. And, you know, I am not a greedy trader. I am a humble trader. I am a profitable trader. I speak in I ams. All right. Dear Lord, thank you so much for being here. I will continue to profess my love for God in front of the entire world, and I won't ever feel bashful about it. My loyalty to God is so true. My Father, my number one, is God. I ask Father all the time, every day, and I thank God for every single moment I have. Dear Lord, thank you for the moment in which I'm in right now. Help me through this 3-day fast. I know I'm going to get spiritual and closer to God during this fast. Whenever you don't eat, you become just a little less physical, a little more into the spirit realm. And dear Lord, thank you. Help me continue to connect to my spirit. Help me push away the wants of the body, and help me find my soul and continue to fly. Amen. So, does your advance work? What does that mean? Yes, everyone seen the crash, but I don't know what that means. Yeah. He says, yes, it's the Coinbase advance. This is probably down. That makes sense. Interesting. Uh-huh. Yeah, and they got us in a bit of a holding period here at 111,200. And anything can happen. We could see a bearish div and dump. I mean, remember that. Always have a stop loss. Just because I say it's high and the probability looks good, who knows? Anything is possible. We got a resistance here that we got to bust through at the point of control at 111,700. The POC on the VRVP. Right here is the VRVP. I highly suggest you add it to your chart. How you do that, type in VRVP here at the indicators on TradingView. Click on it. But when you click on yours, it's not going to look like mine. It's going to be all chunky like this. Okay? You're going to want to turn it into mine. I think it looks better and it's easier and actually more usable. Put a 0 next to the 24. Make it 100 line, basically 100x those lines, and you're going to be ready to rock. All right? I hope I'm helping somebody every single day here on the channel. I hope somebody understands a little bit more than they did yesterday. And my presence creates, joy in the world. More people are able to find financial freedom. I'll tell you what, man, when you don't have a boss breathing down your neck and you can go where you want throughout the day, it's a blessing. There's heavy discipline in your own, if you have your own company, there's heavy discipline in that. It's not easy. It's not like you're going to click your fingers and everything's going to work. But I tell you what, man, I'd rather work my own company and put all that effort into something for me than put my effort into someone else's company. They're going to break me off a little bit. So, hey. Hi, sweetie. I love you. Everything okay? You feel good? The doctor said you're all right? What, baby? What did they say? Lymph node, right? All?
It's a lymph node, probably from her cavity, bacteria from her cavity. Yeah. So we gotta go to Tampa.
All right. My daughter was at the hospital. So sorry. I just no good deed goes unpunished. I go stop telling my daughter, and then that high-pitched sound goes into the mic. I never want to piss off any of my viewers. I greatly apologize for that. The feedback. Always got to worry about feedback. Can you explain the VRVP further? Yeah, the VRVP is an amazing tool. It's very similar to using ICT or very similar to using candle bodies or, you know what I mean? And what it's going to do, it's going to teach you just where there's a lot of liquidity. Like, for instance, when we boom up here, the next likely stop is 115.250 there because that's where the high volume node sticks out. It'll also coincide with areas of congestion for price action. It will be pretty obvious, but that's your stop. If price can get above this, it's very similar to a ball, as my mentor explained it when I got, and the ball will fall down the hill and then go to the value area highs or and again, look, we just went through this pretty fast. Why? It was a pretty big gap here. We went through this gap. And so once we got above and retested, boom, we went to the volume. We went to the point of control. The point of control is the red line. Let me move my yellow line here. See this red line sticking out? That's the POC. Some people are using the fixed volume profile ranged. So they're going here and they're grabbing fixed range and just going from one spot to one spot. It's the exact same area. Look, it's this volume node lines up with that. There's a gap there. This lines up with that. I keep the one on the right. I do it like this. But you can see they're the same thing. One of them just moves when you move price action around. One is fixed with exactly the price action you give it, if that makes any sense. Fixed meaning, because like if I move this price action like this and I add more, this will change because now it's going to grab all this price action. If I move this away, this will change back to whatever I have on the screen. That's why one's called fixed and one isn't, because this isn't fixed. It's going to change when I put more price action on the screen. If I go to the fixed one and just drag it over, It's not going to change. It's going to stay fixed with what I just grabbed, you know? Understand why it's called fixed now? Everyone get it? Okay. Louis Angel, that is the person you believe. Yeah. Exactly. All good. We're awake now. I know, right? I do use spider lines. I have used them in the past. And they're really just elongated trend lines. You know, like here's a bit of a spider line in a way. Here, see this? Like that's a spider line too, in a way. You can kind of, you know, you kind of came to it. You resisted. Now you're using it. And again, that's not a perfect example. It's just, you know, it's one of many ideas. Spider lines are bigger, though. I'll show you them in a bigger time frame. You got to use the spider lines on like the weekly, the 2-week chart. That's where you want to look at a spider line. Yeah, sad. I had to put on the bigger headphones. I lost the little headphones, just stopped working. I couldn't hear myself anymore inside the headphones. I don't know what was going on. I was unable to like really tell what I was saying. And to do all the inflections with my voice and have all the fun that I do with it, I have to kind of hear it. It's weird. If I don't hear my voice, I can't play with it. I can't explain how that works, but it is what it is. My man Sam haven't been able to catch the lives as much. Still here, broski. Shout out to my man Jake from Reddit. We love you, brother. Just keep pushing yourself every day, man. That's all I can tell you. Bitcoin's pretty flat. It's been sideways for most of the stream right now, from 11,000 to 11,300. Just kind of ranging inside this area. I expect it to range. If it's very bullish, I expect it to go sideways for the next, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours, maybe even till 6, 7 o'clock tonight. And then Monday night, baby, we open up. We get Asian liquidity. We get London markets, and everything conjoins. The New York Daily Open, 12 o'clock a.m., and bang, bang, bang. Things could get really juicy tonight for a move to the upside. So I'm looking for the pump. We're in a flag above the 200. This is exactly what I live for. Everything's going the way it should. The 1 hour candle just closed. If I believe, yes, it did. And that's a bullish pin bar. One could even say it was in a little flag that's basically already broken out, you know, like this. But I like to see the consolidation. It just makes it even better. But we'll see. I'm up in the trades. We'll see where they go. We'll see what happens. But hey, Sammy the Bull, so far everything going his way today on the trades. Absolutely. Hearing is top priority. I get it. Yeah. 113.8 looks for juicy, but I really want to buy more. Let's go to 102,000. I get it. I know you missed it, but, you know, you had your chance, man. You had your chance to buy 103 and 104. For a couple days now, it dipped down there a couple times. You did have to have limit orders. That's the key of limit orders. When Bitcoin goes down to these levels, it snipes those levels. It doesn't seem to hang out there too long. Like that low at 103.5 was so fast and furious. I bought into this flag. You know, I basically laid into this flag, got in 105, 106. And you can even see the flag has kind of shoulder head, kind of right shoulder vibe, just an elongated right shoulder in a way. Unreal. So beautiful. You can draw spider lines locally using the top of the first candle. They cross the woman after a dip. Okay. So someone believes... whoa. I'm waiting for your call, sir. I mean, I don't give calls per se. I show you what I'm looking at. The idea would be to watch this come down back to the bottom of the channel, 110.9, 110.8. That would be the keen entry. And then watch this thing flag out, right? So to me, the best entry would be right back down at the bottom of the pattern there, 110.9, 12. Maybe it wicks a little bit. It goes up and, you know what I mean? That to me, if everything goes well and the way it's supposed to go, otherwise this could double top as an M, break the 200 moving average and dump. And end up back, you know, at this area or this area. Like, we don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Could it be a false move Monday? We never know. What I will tell you is the probabilities are high that we're going to continue to pump above this 1 hour 200 moving average. But there's no guarantees. All right? None at all. So that's kind of where we stand for BTC. And I usually spend about an hour on Bitcoin on the show. And then we move into altcoins, into the fan funding, and we talk about it, and we interact, and we have fun, and we look at the live chat. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's start. Yeah, I haven't looked at ETH in a while. I agree with you on that one. Look at that Polygon pole. Looks like it's making a bit of a flag there. If it can hold, if Bitcoin can hold and not take a dump, most of these coins will go sideways and pump into tonight. If Bitcoin dumps, they will all dump. It just is what it is. But there's so many 50-minute candles across the altcoins. We're going to talk about this in a second. Everybody in my trading group already kind of knows, and they're keen to what I'm looking at. But this is just, something we got to discuss. Let's take a look at Ethereum and break down what's happening to ETH on the day. We'll start with the monthly, just like we do with Bitcoin. We're going to delete everything, and we're going to start fresh here with Ethereum. So ETH, to me, it's kind of what I just, you got this trend line, which I felt like you lost, but you got back inside. And you got this trend line too. So you had this beautiful flag that you made. As far as I'm concerned, that is the Ethereum flag. And they broke out. And it got above key resistance. And so all that matters is that ETH stays above this 30, what, was that 3,100? No, that's 38, yeah. ETH stays above 3,700, 3,770. See that? 3,750, I call it 3,800. ETH stays above 3,800, and you're good to go. It took the dip, but it's back above 4,000. $4,000, right? So, look, I mean, that could get momentum above this line and really rip. Look, when ETH last ripped, the whole rip started above the dotted line. All up here. So you could go on this entire leg on these high stochastics. You could just, that's an $8,200 ETH. That looks like the next big leg. And that's when the altcoins will rip. They'll go crazy. And likely then maybe sideways. Maybe we'll just continue in these like Fibonacci retracements. We get institutionally absorbed. But, I'm not going to get too far into that. Right now, I'm just going to show you what I see happening on the monthly for Ethereum. And look at that beautiful Boz pattern there connecting. And that just looks like it's going to boom. Look at that. And it's above support or resistance. As long as ETH stays above 3,800, I'm bullish for Ethereum. Let's take a look here at the 2-week chart. 2-week chart doing the same thing. It's doing a bullish retest of the previous resistance. Just got to come back to that 21-day moving average. And then Ethereum looks like it'll go on a leg to the upside. A $7,000 ETH would be pretty nice once altcoins boom. And look, this is Bitcoin too. Look at the weekly for Ethereum. Looks just like Bitcoin's, 1 hour kind of, or the retest Bitcoin did last night on the 15-minute. It looks very similar. Resistance comes back on the flag. We get the bounce off the 21-day moving average. And we get a beautiful move here to the upside. $7,000 Ethereum. Super chats, SHX, AERO, and TIBBIR. We'll get a look at those. Thank you so much. Keep sending in the super chats. We'll take a look at them. We will not forget them and ignore them. Bitcoin, 11,300. Getting a bit of a pump here. Up 9% in the trade. Everything going our way. Send it, baby. Send it. I'm all in, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I even got a BitTinex trade cooking. BitTinex, Weeks, KSEX, you name it. I got it cooking. This one's up 620. This one's up 123%. This one may be the big winner. I'm moving my take profit all the way up to 114.8. I'm getting the big guns. I'm getting the big guns, McGee's. So everything looking sweet. Again, don't be surprised if we do have to take a bounce, though, back to the bottom of this pattern. Something like this. Still looks like we could be doing one of these, Where's that target a tad? 116,000 is the target if we get the massive rip that we're looking for here for BTC. XNO. Okay, we'll look at XNO. Thank you, brother. I'll just get rid of, So back to Ethereum on the weekly looking money. Like that says get in there, put a stop loss below the previous resistance point, right? Like that. I mean, that's a beautiful trade right there. So I see a trade for Ethereum on the bigger time frames that I didn't see before. Basically, would be the entry right here. The target would be 7,100. And the stop would be below 3,188. Very simple. And that looks like that could play out nicely. It will take, 9 weeks or something. I'm not saying it's going to be overnight. That's going to take some time. But it looks good. Look at everything looks ready to rock. Even the daily is bouncing here. So Ethereum's kind of just in this like little flag, retesting the previous resistance. Ethereum looks bullish to me. And it looks like that's going to be a major entry for Ethereum. Stop loss below 3188. Right? 31,200 really. But yeah, I'm bullish on Ethereum. I see a move for ETH to the upside. I'm putting that to the group. I like this trade here on the daily time frame. I'm bullish. And again, I know like I could sit there and write 1,000 things and design it all. I'm bullish on Ethereum. Like Once you see my strategies and you stick with me, you understand what I'm saying. 11,400 for Bitcoin, baby. Starting to take this by storm. We're making gains, baby, gains. Up $1,000 combined on the trades. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Look at that. 287 here, 600 there, 150 over there. Hey, we got a Mexi trade open, a KSEX trade open, a BitTinex trade open, a Weeks trade open, you name it. We just took profits on BTC.D trading the NASDAQ that ripped to the upside. I am on fire today. Let's go. I don't think anyone touches more exchanges in 1 hour than I do, baby. It's insane. But the strategies are tried and true, so they allow me to be a little more, to push myself and to push the risk. ALEO, USDT, please, sir. We'll take a look at ALEO from Jenkins. And look at this pump starting to really get silly here. 11,550 for bitty Bitcoin. Shout out to my peoples that took longs with the lifer. Put a 333 if you're in gains with the lifer from last night, from this morning, from any day in the group. Let me know. Are you nailing it? Microsoft took away my screens. But are you having a great day? Are you nailing it? Put a 333 in the chat if you're making gains. Again, this is the stream where people absolutely, actually make gains. Other streams, people are just observers. They watch the stream. I don't think they learn. I don't know what's going on over there in most of the streams. They click for entertainment. This is entertainment, but this is actual stuff that's working. It's happening in real time in front of you. You're watching the gains actually compile. This is daily, baby. Look at all the people that are in gains. Like, you're around good company right now. You're not just around a bunch of people who are observing. You're around doers who are doing. And that's the key. Shout out to Dustin Calva in the house. My man. God bless you, Dustin. Mickey Gill, Colin Griffiths, Tio Malo, Dude Tang, the Crypto Surfer, Judy and Michael, Zeisman, Mr. Miller, Guardians of Gaia, Ahead in Plumbing. Wow. Club Express, You Grow, I Grow. Manifesting always on this stream. Always, baby. Papaya, Biscuits, Michael P. Cryptic Rick in the house. Jay Doolin in the house. Dave Roy in the house. Bitcoin Kings in the house. Let's go. Sam, I dumped the rest of these KOLs. Toro Legend, God bless you, man. For a legend, yeah, I love you, man. You did the right thing. Love you, Sam. Thank you for the inspiration. A little higher, and we get the short liquidation pump. I know, right? One of the best teachers I've ever witnessed, 333. God bless you. Thank you. I love that. Cherry City Bullies in the house. Underground Crypto in the house. So many people holding me down today. We should have 3,000 people here on the live. One of the great best live streams in the history of trading, man. We've covered so many short squeezes. It's insane. I could retire today and be done with it, right? Like, how much have we done? Let's go. And I'm not. I'm going to keep pushing. I still see Bitcoin coming back to the bottom of that channel. I feel like I could sell, take profits, and get back in again when things get nice and tight. Or is this just going to be a rippage? This may just be an absolute... This may just be the beginning of an absolute short squeeze, like boom, 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 boom. Remember, you the 1 hour 200 moving average. Now you head to the 2 hour. Just like when you lost the daily 200, you were going to the 2 day 200 moving average. When you gain the 1 hour 200 moving average, it's the same thing. Look, upside down, you lose the daily, you're going to dump down to what? The 2 day 200 moving average. It's the exact same strategy that I just showed you on the daily, right? But we're doing it upside down. I'm just showing. But this is, so now the next stop is the 200 moving average on the 2 day chart. And look, it lines up with the high volume node at 115,003. It looks like we're going somewhere to that area. That would be a $4,000 move for Bitcoin. That would be pleasant and a nice chunky gain for the lifer. So let's see. You can see my strategy. I called this bottom. We traded this all the way through Singapore to the day I got off the plane. It was unreal. From the moment I left at the 28th to the day I got back on the 6th of October, it was insane. 9-day run, right? We called this bottom, if you remember. I went in here, got stopped out, went back in. We nailed it. We pumped up. We traded. This is actually one of my most accurate 2 weeks of my life. Like, we just couldn't stop winning. It was insane. We even found I don't remember, but we found the descending, right? And the shoulder that had the right shoulder. We ended up calling this dip too because it did. Look, it tells you what's going to happen, man. Shoulder, head, shoulder there too. Same thing with the dip. Same thing with the descending triangle here that we called. I love my descending triangles, man. The shapes tell you what's going to happen. Both of these we were bearish on. Both of them. Can't stand being bearish. I feel so much better being a bull. I'm a bull at heart. I am not a bear. You know, I'm technically, you know, deep down inside, I'm a perma bull, but I can't be. I got to be a trader. I got to look for all opportunities. There's so many different opportunities out there that we could take advantage of. So, like, it's good to take profits on trades. You know, like this trade is sideways to me. It looks like the 1 hour may continue to give us almost even a better entry here. But I like where I'm at. It looks like we just go sideways now for about 2 hours. And then the pump comes on. I guess we get a lunchtime pump or something, or maybe after lunchtime, 1 o'clock pump. But this is what I'm looking here for Bitcoin. 114,750 for BTC. All right. I don't see anything bearish of the 4. It's nearly oversold. Bulls forever. I love you, man. Bulls forever, baby. Yeah. Look, Bitcoin back to 11,150 fast. Like it was just up. We were just up big, right? That thing just moved $400 in a second, $500 in a second. Craziness. And we could still lose these trades. I never over risk. To me, I see the 21 just not there yet on, you know, we got to get, you know, that could be a double top. I made a boatload today and last night. All I need to do is make sure I cash out today without losing too much, and I'm in the wins. I can take tomorrow. We'll take care of tomorrow. You know, one step at a time. I'm a day trader when it comes to LEV mainly. Like, very difficult for me to hold trades more than a few days because there's always these massive liquidation things that happen, right? And I'm just always like, you know what? I'm up. I did what I could to get up. I should stay up. I expected this bounce down to the bottom of the channel, but I didn't expect it that fast. It's almost like someone drew price right to a bigger order. Could be a good sign for a bounce too, though. So there's Ethereum. We went over Ethereum. I want to make sure that I posted ETH because I like this trade for Ethereum personally. Like, that's a real trade right there. Right there. Like, it's so crazy. It doesn't have to be that complex. Like, I see things quite simply. And I buy the fear, man. When everyone's bugging out and doesn't understand, that's when there's a great opportunity for the trader. Again, you'll train your brain to be on the opposite side of the masses if you show up every day. Because you'll see everyone get short squeezed all the time, and you won't make that. You'll be like, why would I do that? Why would I get squeezed with everybody else? Like, there's no reason to do that. Forever, forever, ever. Forever never seems too long until you're grown, right? So I'm going to stay inside my trades, let them cook, and just kind of do my thing. Let's jump on into these super chats and have some fun here. I mean, XNO is the first one just because I forgot. Like, he forgot it, and I'll forget it if I don't do it. He said he didn't write it in, but he threw the chat. I get it. It happens. I've done stuff like that. Let's look at it here on weeks. Oh, so this thing got blasted. Nano. Funny, I remember this coin from back in the day. And it went all the way to Dubai. Someone was giving me free Nano on the channel. I don't even remember. This guy was obsessed with Nano on our channel. Like, this was like 5 years ago. He was all about it. He was like, Nano. Like, buy more Nano. Wow, it's sad. And even Nano crashed to zero. Like, or back to where every coin's back to the beginning. It's like they reset every price. Like, this is crazy. This coin's 70 cents after a massive dip. This coin was supposed to be the future of crypto, right? It's like, I think it's feeless transactions, right? Like, it's free to use. Like, however, you know, and it was peer-to-peer, fast, friendly, and free. Like, that was the point. Nano was the way. I still believe in its concepts, but I mean, the price action, I don't know. Like, basically, you're on a prayer that this is going to bounce, and either you believe in this and you're buying the lows, or like just, all right. Now, Bitcoin bounces, everything does, and this will bounce too as well. Next thing you know, you'll see it up here at 196. I'm not saying you can't do it. I personally wouldn't trade it though. I think there's better out there. But I remember Nano. It's an old coin. Check out Aerodrome from Colin Griffiths. Let's take a look at AERO from Colin. Thank you, Colin. Let's take a look at AERO here. USD on Coinbase. So last time I looked at it, we saw this beautiful cup and handle. Bitcoin took a nasty dip. Would have stopped us out there in the trade. Now what? Well, I would just tweak this. You know, to me, it's just a bigger cup and handle. And that's a really strong resistance point. I take the same length of this. It does lower the target a little bit. But it puts us somewhere at about $2.42. And that's your higher low, you know, basically kind of double bottom there off AERO. I believe that's a beautiful place to get into AERO. I own AERO long term. So I'm just continuing to hold it till I unload it on a bigger rally. But I still have faith in it. I love it. And I do own it. So, you know, I'm shilling a bag. It's my bag. I like AERO. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. And I always do. I'm honest. If someone asks me a super chat overlaps something and I'm holding, I will say, hey, I actually hold, I hold that coin. I will disclose, you know, whether I'm doing a super chat on it, just to let you know. And I don't do super chats on things just things I hold. Think about it. I could just do super chats on coins I hold all day long. I'm like, I don't do that. I'm honest with God. I know God will be good with me. I don't need to be doing anything shady, man. The devil gets you caught up in the nonsense. Stay away. He's so confused. He's trying to confuse you. So you can be in his confusion, right? Because he wants a friend to be confused with him. So he's going to want to get you all messed up in any way, sexually, spiritually, in drugs and alcohol, you know, the way you feel about yourself, hatred, self-hate. The devil loves to make you feel like you're full of nothing and break you down to absolute zero. That's his point. He wants to show God that his creation is nil. We got to show the devil that we're so much further ahead of anything he's ever even thought about doing. He won't go against someone that's weak, man. He wants to find a weak person. Remember that. He's weak. Do you think the next network after Solana and BNB will be Tron? We answered that. No, I think it's Say and Sweet, personally. You'd be surprised. Pole might come back strong. Polygon Matic. You can't hire someone to do push-ups for you. I love that line. 100%. You can't, right? Only you can make headway. I'm going to join you in the fast. Let's go. Okay, man. Let's do it, dude. I'll call you tonight to kind of like get over what we're doing because our family's going to be eating a big dinner. We're going to be like, dang. Please, TA on TIBBIR, you beautiful white man. This guy's hilarious. Let's take a look at TIBBIR, which is ribbit backwards if you can't, you know. Wow, so we were looking at this in the flag. It came up, came back down, did some hunting, and came back up again. This thing's hot. And remember, I've always liked this coin. Since the first time I've ever looked at it, I liked it. Look, just in July, it was 7. It's still up a 4x, a little over that at 30 cent. So what do I see happening for Ripper now? Let's take a look at like the daily. So it got above the 200 moving average. It made a beautiful trend line, then lost it, then got back inside. Me, it looks like it's kind of consolidating something like this. But it looks more bullish than bearish to me. And it definitely has the idea that it could continue to the upside. Look for River to go sideways here, do its thing, and then make a bigger move somewhere up to about, I don't know, 56.8, 56.8, you know, 56 and 8/800%. I like it. I'm putting an alert on it. I'm going to watch it. If anything's hot, it's Ripper. I mean, look at it. It doesn't seem to care what Bitcoin's been doing. It's been on its own. It's in its bull market. It's in its own little uptrend. And Token Metrics has been talking about it too as well, putting it on our radar since day one. So Ripper looks good to me, and it looks like it's headed to 56. I like what I'm seeing for, TIBBIR, which is Ribbit. TIBBIR. I might have said it backwards a few times. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. You the man, Sammy. Can you check SHX? I see a bear flag on the daily. I'm hoping it bounces and defies. What do you think? Let's take a look, man. Hope doesn't work too well in trading. Let's see what the charts convey here for strong. Isn't that stronghold? Right? Yeah. I remember this coin when it first came out. Now, this coin is on Node and DeFi, and it helps Node. So when DeFi is not strong, when no one's talking about it, this coin kind of falls off the wayside because its use case is kind of nil. But once DeFi picks up again and people start getting into nodes, and this could actually have another hardcore move. So you kind of have this angle going, right? You said you saw a bear flag on the daily. Kind of, you see like this here, right? I see what you're saying. 21 cross below. Yeah. You know, I see a good trend line though. And I see a falling wedge that wants to break up 68% of the time. And to me, I feel like it breached the wedge just ever so slightly. What you want to look now is that 4 hour. I bet it's above the 200. Oh, it's not just yet. See the 1 hour. The 1 hour is, I could sense some bullishness here. So I'd look for the 1 hour to make that punch, right? It's kind of like it was in that flag, the dip. But I'd look for the 1 hour to make that punch up to this key area here at about, what, 1.6? And where is Bitcoin right now? 111,002, right where we want it to be. No stress. Sideways, just kicking it. She delivers to kind of make that move and go up, and then go up to that 4 hour 200 moving average. So you're looking for the move from, once you're above the 1 hour 200, you make the move to the 4 hour 200. Looks likely to me. I wouldn't trade it. I think there's way better out there, but it looks like it's something that's going to happen. I could be wrong. Don't take anything I say as financial advice. Just, that's some TA there. Sergo Meccano. Yeah, you were the dude. It was you, bro. You were the nano guy. Sergo, you were the guy that was always into nano. I can't believe you just showed up out of nowhere, dude. You were one of the first people. This guy was one of the first people ever on my stream. He gave me nano. I still have it on my phone, dude. I still have nano on my phone. How much nano did you give me? This nano wallet that sits there. I forgot about from years ago. The Natrium wallet. You gave me a Natrium wallet. On stream, you gave me this money. It's $250. At one point, it was $1,000. But this is still the money. Look, you gave me all these received. Remember throughout the stream, you used to give me nano? Dude, the memories. When did I receive the first nano? Does it show the date and everything? I want to see the details. But that's been years. Shout out to Sergo, man. He used to give me nano. This guy right here. Sergo Meccano. I can't believe I saw your name. I never thought. I'm amazed at how many people keep coming back to the stream from day one. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at ALEO, USDT. It's so fun to do something over and over again and have like a foundation that people can come back to. Like just one of the known trading streams in the world. People love this stream. And we made something amazing that people love to come back to because we've never stopped and never took a day off. I mean, what a beautiful thing that is. The discipline and the hard work it took for me to get here, unbelievable. I don't even know how we did it. I really don't. Wow, so when I look at the ALEO, I like what I'm seeing, brother. It's on the 4 hour above the 200 moving average, making a flag. It is, since breached its long-term falling wedge, it's back above, making a consolidation. It's flagging outside the wedge, another bullish idea that I really like to use, simple. I remember when my mentor first said, he said, hey, trade Sam, see how there's a flag outside the wedge, bro? He's like, that has high probability. This has good probability. I like what I'm seeing for ALEO. I think you're onto something here with a stop below the 200 moving average. And the point of control there. ALEO's on my radar now. Thank you. I actually like that. And 11,250 for Bitcoin on perpetual. We're doing good. So far, still inside the flag. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Remember that. To the, I always say, man, to the bold, fortune favors the brave. How is SHIB doing? What's your analysis say? Thank you so much. Viewer 3000. Let's take a look at SHIB for you. And send in those super chats. We appreciate it. Yeah, Ridges AI does look good, man. We're going to take a look at Ridges. We remember we gave you guys Ridges a long time ago. You're one of the few people that actually takes these little tiny trades on these little... You're looking for big gains, man. And I'm happy after we talked in Dubai. Look at a lot of things change, right? And so it's all about staying in the game, brother. And focused. And you kept staying in the game. You stayed focused. This says Bit Shiba. I don't know about that. We just want SHIB. Let's take a look at SHIB. I haven't looked at SHIB in a long time. Since, everything was about to bounce. And look, SHIB people just wouldn't sell it off. Like whoever held it just decided they were going to hold it. Seems like a bottom. Like that looks like a bottom to me. It's crazy to see SHIB all the way back to where it began again. Like, it's like, oh, if you held it this long, Now, again, this kind of has an Adam and Eve going. It has a bit of a double bottom. You would expect it to bounce out of this falling wedge eventually. Like, looks like the sell-off is done. Like, who's left to sell this thing? Pretty popular coin. I still own some SHIB. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? So, over time, back to highs. I guess you'd have to assume it can. Who knows, though, right? There's no guarantees. I truly believe it will come back to a new high, though. I truly believe. Oh, Bitcoin, 11,250. C-Base is deaf, not working, can't trade. Okay, God bless you. Ridges AI is looking beautiful for another breakout. Tower Awards at the same time. Win. Ridges, baby. Ridges AI. Where do you find, hold on. This coin's very hard to find, right? Tiny market cap too still. Okay. 37. Yeah, it's only on eToro. It's only on Uniswap. SN62 Tau subnets. Ridges AI. I put this out a long time ago, right? When we were like, I don't know. I'm going to say, I don't even know when. So you can only get it on Tau stats. It's weird. It's like hard to buy, right? Like, how the heck did you buy this thing? Is you only could buy it on Tau with Tau? But look, it's only been going up since we looked at it. It's just, that's been in its own bull run, man. It's crazy. I mean, the chart looks serious. Like, it's looking in a flag that's going to continue. That leg is the next leg. That's big news there. And there's that top of 25,300 there for the nasty NASDAQ. Beautiful pump if you took the trade out the flag to the upside. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, and I sold that trade in Gwains. All right, let's get back into the super chats. He says Coinbase is not working. I'm sorry to hear that. Can you take a look at VELO Protocol? VELO from The Irishman. God bless you, The Irishman. I appreciate that. I love that movie, The Irishman. That's a good movie. Danny Green, right? They'll never get the Irish. Hey. Let's take a look at VELO. Max C. So VELO on the weekly, right? All the way down to the dumps. But we're going to zoom in here and see what's happening. After some nice moves from the bottom, looked like it was connecting. It came all the way back down like most coins and kind of flopped around, right? Below the daily 200 moving average, reconnecting with previous lows. One hour's attempting to reverse here and do a slanted Adam and Eve. You see it? I call these slanted Adam and Eves. They do play out. I've been backtesting them. Only in the last 2 years did my mind even consider these as real. But they are. And you'd be surprised, right? You get above the point of control and the 200 moving average. This thing can make moves back to where it needs to go. Has a use case. People like it. Decent community. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But hey, if you like VELO, go for it. I'm all set. All right. The Blues Guy. Gratitude, Sam. You're an amazing human being. You helped me change my life and many aspects of it. In a tough time, you helped me uplift my spirit and my portfolio. You're a blessing for the world. Respect. God bless you, man. And thank you so much for that. See, comments like that. I get a comment like that basically every single day from someone that says I've done something for their life to help them in some way, shape, or form. May God bless you, man. Thank you so much. And thank you for the YouTube algo that helped me and everything that's helped me get where I'm at today. And everybody that's commented, supported, and made this channel grow to what it is. I'm so excited to see where it can go. 11,250 for BTC. Swing, swung. And we're watching this flag on the 1 hour time frame. Not much else to talk about for Bitcoin. I like when it's sideways inside of a flag. I mean, that's looking very nice. And we got this same move 2 weeks ago or whatever went right here, right? It was almost identical. We pumped up. We were super bullish. It was looking great. Looking like we could do damage. This was the breakout. I feel like we're going to get this breakout now. I still can't believe that didn't play out. I was like, what? Very similar. Look, the 15-minute, it's like a mini model of that. 15-minute above the 221. above the, this one's a little further away, though. And coming closer to that POC, 11,250, baby. BTC. I'm expecting the bounce back down here to, 100,008, 100,780. Don't be surprised if you see it. That's just consolidation, and it would be healthy, to be honest. 116K is the target for the move. It might take 8 to 10 hours, maybe even more, but I'm bullish on that move so far. If anything changes, I'll let you know, but so far, so good for Bitcoin. 11,344 on the spot as well. The bot doing damage. There's my bot. If you want access to the bot, hit the link to Minotaur Trading Systems. I do get a commission from the link. I also have it in the description. Again, let me just teach you. I got to show you what the bot did. I didn't really highlight it earlier, but like this is nuts. These are its buys and sells, all right? And it keeps it here. So here it got in, had a, and then it got in, thought it was the bottom. It wasn't. Had to get it again, had to get it again. Price dipped. I called that bottom at 109.3, which is crazy. It shows you that sometimes me and the bot, we challenge each other. But then it sold everything for a gain right here. And then look, it got in right there as an entry right there at about 117, and then sold the perfect top of that flag at 120. Then it watched consolidation, entered again right there at 120, 196, and sold the top of this. Boom. Crazy, right? Then it waited for consolidation, got in again there at 122, sold the top of this flag. Like, that's nuts. In, out, in, out, in, out. I mean, that's a perfect world. Then it got in here, and then it got out right there. So it did one, it got in here, got out. Got in here, got out. Got in here, got out. Crazy. So 1, 2, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. I mean, perfect. Perfect trading. Then it made another entry here, another entry here, another entry here. And now it's at a massive long. It's used serious safety orders to get in here. And then it caught the bottom right down there at 103.9. And I can't wait to show you when it takes profit yet again. It's just amazing, man. That's phenomenal. I don't care what anybody says. Beautiful. Your philosophy is the greatest determining factor in how your life works out. Jim Rohn's Mystery Monday tonight. God bless all the lifers. So cool, man. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I guess my bot looks roughly the same. And you're doing great then, man. You got all those moves and you're doing great. Back up 600, 123. This flag is looking beautiful for some gains, baby, gains. And we're positioned on BitDinex. We're positioned on Weeks. We're positioned on MEXC. We're positioned on KKEX. The only place we're not positioned is BTCC. And I might as well I believe in the trade. There's the Tech 100, but I also trade BTC. You could trade gold, Bitcoin, Tesla. You could trade all sorts of stuff here. It's pretty awesome. Like, they got gold. You don't got to go open up a new account just to trade gold. It's ready to rock right there. I mean, that's a flag right here. I mean, it looks so nice. I feel like I'm already in the flag. I'd like to see it consolidate. Just come on and consolidate. And I will enter. This is on BTCC. Oldest exchange in the game, might I add. Been around since 2015. So they're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, they've been around a long time. Okay, I reloaded. What's going on? Oh, yeah, I got to go to open. Yep. Take profit would be 115, 120. And this is 110, 265. That would be 1,500 for 56. I don't need to do that, right? 780 for 2,800. That might be pretty nice when that goes where it's supposed to go. We just took what, like 280 or 300 bucks? 400 for 14. That'd be pretty nice. So I set that and leave that. Can you look at Useless Sam, lifer for life? God bless you, Chef 333. God bless you, brother. Yeah, no KYC here, no KYC KKEX, no KYC BitDinex. It's all, no stress, man. Here's the trade on Weeks. Same idea. It's all the flag on the 200. Stop losses below the 200 moving average. You know, scared money make no money. You know, and strategies do work over time. I know it. I've been using them that work. It's amazing. It's not easy. It never has, and it takes every single day and a lot of discipline. That's why I rest my mind a lot. My wife has no idea how much. Like when I'm with the kids, I do my best. My mind is shot a lot of the days. Like I'm done. I've been trading since 7 in the morning. When I finish this stream tonight at 12, I've been in the market since 7 in the morning today. I've been looking, adjusting, thinking, analyzing, you know, scanning. My head is shot, right? You know what I mean? I take a break. I come back in at 1. I trade till 5, 6, take another break. I come back in at 8. I trade till 12. Everyone says they get into video games. I don't think I'd ever be able to play video games because I'm always busy, you know, trading, going over helping somebody, you know, and then there's people that want to talk. Hey, what's up? Haven't talked to you in a while. Someone says useless as a rug. Interesting. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Can you look at useless? Let's take a look at useless. Shout out to all the super chats here. We got Colin Griffin's FOAD. We got HD. We got Underground Crypto. We got Stas. We got Underground Crypto again. We got Kim Jong-un. We got Andre Mateo Music. Andre Mateo. We got Sergey Makanu. The Nano Man. Can't believe you're here and you showed up. Jenkins, ALEO. We got Viewer 3000. Kurt Shore. Scottish Crypto. The Irishman. The Blues Guy. Underground Crypto. And Chef 333. Let's take a look at Useless and see what's happening here for Useless. Blessings to everybody here on your life. Hope it's going well. Remember, we have won. We got to do the best we can. So last time I looked at this, it looked like it came down to a 618 golden pocket and bounced twice and then was, you know, given a lift off. It's actually in, like, to me, in what looks like kind of an ascending triangle here, right? With like a fake out top. We kind of adjust it there. But that looks more bullish than bearish. I mean, it's oversold and getting a bounce off previous resistance as support. I looked for it to go sideways. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing ends up at 83 cents not too long from now. Like up to this area here at 80, 83. Yeah. I'm bullish on this. I actually put an alert on it to watch it. The pump already, you know, I wouldn't chase that pump. But I'd wait for it to consolidate. 777's right there on the trade. The 777's flashing. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. You got to look at Bitcoin dominance and keep it in the back of your mind here. So it spiked out of control when we had the dump, of course, right? People were like, oh, but then it came right back into consideration. And now what I'm looking for is this head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, just a bit of a right shoulder, and we break down. And we head right back to this area where I have circled. So we want to see that Bitcoin dominance does not get back above 61.3. If it gets above 61.3, then it could be consolidating here and a bigger move. If Bitcoin goes on a rally, I mean, there's going to be another run up. But then eventually you want to see the dumpage. It's Bitcoin's year, man. You know, it's everyone wants an alt season, but it's so much money is flowing into Bitcoin. Can you look at Solana? Let's take a look at Solana from Iris Ensing. God bless you, Iris. We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you so much for giving. You don't have to give a super chat, but that will come back to you tenfold, that £249. God bless you. So let's take a look. I'll delete all my work and we'll revisit. But you can see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a higher low consolidation. Really, Sol, even with the dip, did nothing. Just bounced off the daily 200 moving average. Gave you really a better place to DCA, which was 172. Didn't give as cheap as the prices it did last time. The last dips for Bitcoin, Sol was able to give some cheaper prices. This time, Sol did not. It's almost like they were like, you know what? We're going to give you other things. We ain't going to give you Sol, though. You know, we want more Sol, so we ain't going to let you get in too nice on Solana. It's kind of interesting, right? It lets you think. Remember, the whales leave a pattern. No matter how much they hide it, they leave a pattern of what they're likely planning on doing. You can, if you're really realistic about it and you look at it for what it is, you make, like Sol should have dumped all the way down to 120, man, when Bitcoin took that dump. How come it didn't? Because people were buying it up on the low. They know there's ETFs. They know there's a big move. They know that Sol is going to be a big winner. $500 Sol to me is basically goated, right? So I love where Sol is right now. I believe it's a great, again, Bitcoin's sketchy. We don't know, but Trading is taking a shot. Right now, I like the shot here on Solana because you use the Bitcoin dip in the fear, which is high too. High fear. I mean, and that's a higher low above a 200 moving average with heavy fear. That looks like Sol could do some damage on the 3-day chart. If you're able to hold it with some patience, this could be a big winner. I like where Sol is right now for an entry personally. Para mí, es bien. Para tú, yo no sé. But para mí, es bien. Es muy bien. Sol looking nice. We are filling up the Discord today. And again, if you can't make it to the stream, we pump a lot of charts that we find in the stream. We also pump a lot of charts into the lower description where you can hit the, pinned comment, right? You can hit whatever you want there. We put it all in there. We timestamp it all underneath the videos so you can see every single ticker. Every ticker is timestamped. And we do more tickers than anybody else, I believe, in the entire world. I don't know who does more tickers than we do a week. We cover so many coins. So Sol looks good to me. I like the entry on Sol right now. Bit of a cup and a handle there too. Like this is a cup. There's the handle. Tight moving. You could wait for consolidation somewhere there and get it at 228, I guess. But man, the aggressive entry is now for Solana on the 3-day chart. Oversold. Holding the higher low. Showing signs of life. I like what I'm seeing for Sol. Yeah, I didn't expect it to look so pretty. And I'm looking at just, these B&B memes. See, I see this. I always see this a lot. This slanted Adam and Eve. You see it? Backtest this for me. Write it down. Put it, make a bunch of watch lists. And when you see these, put them in there and then come back to them. Backtesting is how you can do things with conviction. Once you see something has happened in real time more than once, you can then make a trade on that idea. Look, it even is a bit of a double bottom, right? This is a Palau. I don't have any. It's a meme. This thing, Yellow Pepe, got completely demolished. And I'm still in Giggle, man. And, I'm swing trading Giggle. Right now, I get 10K in Giggle. And I told you, I've been obsessed. If any coin, if you've been watching my channel, the coin I'm most obsessed with swing trading is Giggle. And once Bitcoin kind of settles off, I think Giggle can rip. This looks like an Adam and Eve too as well. That's got Adam and Eve vibes for me. I'd love to sell Giggle at 217. And I like what Giggle's doing. I like what it's about. The Giggle Fund, right? It's a school for kids around the world, right? It's CZ's vision. Anyway, this is hot. I like it. I've been liking it. I got a position in it. I'm not afraid to show it. I like what I'm seeing for Giggle. Bitcoin breaking out the top of the flag here. Looking interessante. And our trades are starting to kind of make a bigger move here. Only time will tell, but things are starting to rippage. Remember, we already took profits this morning off a bigger trade in last night at 1 in the morning. I'm in a Bitcoin long, 100x lev, 1,870. I slow my business. This is a full port of where. I will never tell you what to do with your stop loss, man. I can't. Yeah, that's up to you, brother. I showed you where my stop losses are and what I'm doing. You got to figure out what you're doing. Yeah, I'm not a financial advisor, bro. It's where your stop losses has nothing to do. He goes, where should I put my... I would never tell you where to put your stop loss, man. I don't know what you're doing. I'm not a financial advisor, You have to figure those things out for yourself. I can't spoon feed your trades. I can show you what I'm doing, but you got to be able to handle the buttons. Break even with a pullback entry will more reliable. I don't know what that means. He said, did he see my super chat? I think I just did, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. What do you think about Litecoin? 8 years of accumulation, same chart, like XRP before the bump. Do you think this will finally blow or... I mean, it doesn't have a huge use case. 1,500 people watching, 600 likers. Come on, man. Put the ice cream down and hit the like button. Hit that like button, everybody. I appreciate it. We work so hard, tirelessly, and give away so much strategy, tips, tricks, and ideas every single day. I'd be richer if I just made smaller videos and sucked you into the Discord, but I give away so much of my life for free because I'm that type of guy. I just believe that I'm going to make money. God will find other ways to make me paid, and he has. Ways I've never thought possible have come to me now through this channel. Things I never thought would happen have happened. So I stay positive, I stay true, and I believe that everything good is coming my way, and all good things come to those who believe in God, man. You know, God knows every time you're doing good, you believe in God, then he knows all your good deeds. He wants to help you. God is always trying to help you. Nice. Okay. No. So here we go. 11,400. The breakout is looking imminent. I like what we're seeing. Thank you for speaking Spanish. Trying to translate. I hear, I see at the same time, the cell phone and then the computer. I go crazy, but I learn greetings from the other side of the planet. God bless you. Hey, God bless you, Carlos Belas para souvenir. You know, Carlos, you know, you can go to all my videos and you can click on the right-hand corner and you can translate them into any language you want. It's a new YouTube feature. All right, let me kind of make sure I find this for you guys and show you. So say you're watching my live from yesterday and you're like, I'm watching it, I don't understand what he's saying. I believe you go here to CC, closed captions, or settings, right? Yeah, subtitles. And, you know, see this? And you can go to auto translate, and then you can pick all these languages. Look, say I wanted Hawaiian. Say, you said you're Spanish, right? So say we needed Spanish. So we go to Spanish, all right? And you'll be able to see all my stuff in another language. Why is Spanish not coming up? It was like Espanol, or am I supposed to find... Oh, yeah, Spanish is like the first one, because they know you like Spanish, yeah. So you hit Spanish, man, and then I believe if you watch this with the subtitles... Right? It should be able to come up here. Maybe a problem right now, but usually it comes up. Weird. I saw it last week. Now, maybe it happens like the next one. Hold on, let me go. Maybe it's pre-records. No, but I've seen it before. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but you guys figure that out. But, you know, can you check George, play cash token, please? Clash? We'll take a look at it. I mean, he probably extracted as much as he could from you guys all the day. So we take a look here and we pull a Fibonacci. This came all the way back down to the 786 fib. I mean, that's a known retracement. And it did bounce. And so if you believe in it and you think the community can come back and if you think everything runs, then hey, I wouldn't. I'm all set. But hey, you do what you want. I think it's a little bit too risky for me. Auto translation works 50%. Just got to speak very clearly and slowly. Yeah. What more could you want? You're up at least 4% if you took the trade like the video. I know. I don't know what else to tell them. We're booming now to the upside, doing damage. Look at that. 11,577 for BTC. And now we're bumping out the flag, right? Things are really starting to go our way. I'm loving this life. I love trading. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. There's some hard days. There's some ups and downs. There's some days I feel like pulling my hair out. There's some times where it just feels like you're never going to win. It's up and down. It can be tough. I can't believe I made it through some of the hardest times of trading, and I actually have a system now and something to fall back on and discipline. But for years I did not. And so I'd love to be here to show you guys the way, because it's not easy. And it's every single day. You know, you can take days off if you want, but you're going to miss cryptocurrencies 24/7, and there's going to be something that happens. If you want to miss the biggest pump of your life, go take a day off, because the day you take a day off is the day things are going to get crazy, man. I'm telling you. And I've learned my lesson with cryptocurrency. I finally took 5 hours off and brought my buddy to lunch, and that's when they dumped the price and he goes 105, and I'm sitting there eating a salad, and I look at him like, How was the one day, how was the one afternoon I decided to even take a moment for myself? The one time they flushed this thing. Like, can you believe that? I couldn't believe it. But it is what it is, man. We're getting monstrous moves today to add to what we already got. And don't be greedy. I'm happy for what happened. Look at this, man. And we've been talking about, we've been in since right here. And I've been calling along since the cup and handle right there, man. I called the bottom right there on the cup and handle. It's crazy. Right there, we've been long ever since. And we've been able to ride. My strategy works really well when the reversals play out. When they play games, like, and they chop us around, like here, my strategy was like, I started to get like, come on, man. It was too much sideways nonsense without enough movement. They didn't take it long. They didn't take it short. It's like, I knew what to do. I started trading bigger time frames and I walked away instead of getting chewed up, right? I used to love trading until I tried NQ. It got worse. Samus banking collapse imminent. BNB Paribas, look at it. They've halted trading. Isn't that funny? Because BNB Paribas, that was the name of the, I was watching last night and they were the ad space on the football game, right? If you watched like on the outside, it was BNB Paribas. I don't know anything about halted trading. I don't know what's happening. Maybe something on the bigger realms, but I don't see it. One last thing I want to take a look at here is the NASDAQ. Before I jump on out of here, is the nasty Nas. And I just see the NASDAQ getting pumped. Looks like it could double top here and likely come back down. Like, I don't know if it's going to rip out of this. It could. I see it going. I'd like it to go more sideways, but maybe it makes an uptrending flag too. Like, maybe the flag becomes uptrending, like a rising wedge here, and we start to go further up like so and pump. Right up to this area. Man, this show's getting pretty serious. I thought about the years and years that we've been doing this. Wow, 11,300 to crash back down to the bottom of the pattern there. Sketchy day. Could be a day where people get, it could be a double top and we get wrecked. You never know. That's why I'm already positioned for proper risk management for the day. Wow, 129. They're sending giggle. They're sending it. They're sending giggle, man. And I got gains on giggle right now. I got to see my giggle gains. Because I plowed in at 5. I think I bought 5 and 6,000 at 2 different times for giggle. Wow, it's back to, it hasn't been 130 since the 15th. 5 days. Yeah, there's my giggle up almost two racks now. I was going to go super hard in giggle last night. Yeah, I got 89 giggle. Nice to see Giggle making a move. He's giggling over here. He's full of giggles. Hey. The purpose of life is to live it. You cannot use closed caption on a live stream, but any other video, you just have to turn on CC and then change the language and it will work. Thank you for saying that, Stephen Wood. I figured that was the case. Kind of sad. I got to fix that. Shout out to Justin, man. I'm happy you're okay, brother. Hope everything's going well with you and yours, man. AWA's is crash. He said, AWA's outage. Be careful, folks. People who can't trade on Robinhood, for example, might cause some panic. Buys or sells later. Wow, AWS. I do. A lot of people use AWS, so we'll see how that goes. That's kind of creepy, right? Anyway, I'm going to jump on out of here for the night. I'm not going all the way to, or for the day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm not going to do what I did the other day and go to 12:30. But I love you all. I thank you so much for a beautiful live stream. I don't know how we do it every single day, but we do. We don't have a choice. I got a live stream. I got to get it in. It's the business. I got to run the business, right? So, but I love you all. I thank you so much. Please hit that like button. The more people that hit that like button, the faster I can grow. It's up to you guys. You guys can help me. So, and I'm open-minded to ask for help, man. I've been, people ask me for help. I ask for help. It's okay. I don't mind being vulnerable. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. 11,150. Looks like we're having a bit of a trouble here. We had that nice spike, but we'll see. We'll watch this flag closely throughout the day, and we'll keep you updated. God bless you all. Thank you so much. And if you took profits already, you're awesome. You did the right thing. Pay the trader. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful, amazing, uplifting, positive, and informational live stream. I thank you so much for always being here and supporting the channel. Shout out to my whole team, my wife, Lakochi, Jamie, Sean, and everybody out here that makes the channel amazing. Rave Song Records, Crypto Billy, Reliable J, Bellico X, Underground Crypto, Dutang Crypto Server, Cajun Crypto, all the awesome people here that I'm seeing, all the super chats that came on in, and all the love, man. Can you check, George? We looked at George, yeah. And we looked at every single super chat. We did not miss one. We appreciate everyone that came in today, and we thank you guys so much. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. What are you going to start today? It's going to change your life.